Okay, what I wanted to do, first off, this is Joshua Hornsby with Hornsby Farms. I wanted to show y'all what kind of different setups, or this is one of the setups we use for fertilizer injection in a plasticulture offshore operation. And by plasticulture, I mean a raised plastic bed with a line of drip tape going down the middle of the rows. And then we pop holes and then transplant transplants into those holes. And I'll give y'all an idea of how we inject fertilizer into this water system. All right, so this water line is coming from my well, and then I've got coming up a check valve there that keeps water or backflow prevention, same thing from going back, fertilizer water from going back into the water supply system. Then we come up to a shutoff, and then from that shutoff we've got another check valve just for redundancy, and then we have a fertilizer injector. And what this does is, as the water passes through the system, this injects a certain amount of that fertilizer solution in the bucket into the water main line. And you can see this fertilizer injector, you can change the amount, percentage of how much injected, how much of this fertilizer solution goes into the water system, and you can increase or decrease. I'll turn it back to where it was. All right, just a second. And then it comes out of there into a pressure regulator, and what that pressure regulator does is that drip tape out in the field has an emitter. It's like, this is a water hose, but obviously it's got an emitter, like a little slit in it every 12 inches. And at a certain PSI, that emitter will let out, like, I think it's 0.25 gallons per hour. And that allows us to regulate the amount of fertilizer and water that we put into the system, mainly water. So it comes out of that and it goes into this timer, which is just a cheap water hose timer. Most of the time I do this on a 2-inch system, and I use an irrigation timer and solenoid valves like you would on a yard irrigation system, but this is just how we're doing it up here for these few rows. Comes out of there and then goes into the main line, the manifold system for the rows out there. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all how we inject, one of the ways we inject fertilizer into the water system. It's nice because you can control how much water you're putting into each row, and you can control how much fertilizer goes into that water. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks again. This is Joshua Hornsby from Hornsby Farms.